Hello, friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. Today we're going to be playing with fairies. A lot of fairies, just the most fairies. We've got the Spellstutter Sprite, the Faerie Seer, and the Faerie Miscreant. So we're bringing all of these together along with Blue Classics, Ninja of the Deep Hour, and Delver of Secrets. And we're going to fly in the sky. We're going to attack them in the air, and attack them on the ground. And Of One Mind will hopefully allow us to reload our hand. So the deck is fairly straightforward. We're going to try and put some flyers onto the board, turn them sideways, win through damage, and we'll back that up with counterspells. And then out of the sideboard, we have Echoing Truth and Dispel and Hydroblast for Faeries. And then we have Annul for, I guess we could bring in Winter's Rest as well for Affinity. So we're on the draw, and we have Faerie Seer and Preordain to hit our land drops. If we manage to get turn 2 Ninja, I think I'm keeping this. We've got so many scries to find our lands. So our opponent is mulliganing once, and they've decided on their card. Razor Tide Bridge. So probably not the classic Affinity list. Alright, so we get land off the top immediately. Let's play the Fairy. We are going to want some more lands, but it's not as dire anymore. So we can take a little bit of turn off and draw this Spellstutter Sprite, for example. Alright, so Ancient Den, there won't be any Wildfire this turn. Witching Well. Okay, so it looks like an Affinity deck with a white slant. Probably playing like Thraben Inspector. There are a couple of white creatures that have Metalcraft and will grow if you have 3 or more artifacts. I think one is a 3/3 and the other one is I think a 3/3 flyer. Don't think we want to snap the Thraben Inspector. I think we just Ninja here. Well, no land this time. I put you to the bottom, didn't I? Okay. Just, fairy tricks. You know how it is. Don't think Snap is going to be super good versus the opponent. Maybe versus the 2-drop, the 3/3 flyer. At least Snap is even on mana for that. Although, I mean, Snap is free, so even on mana is not really a thing there. Okay, looks like they're stuck on lands. So we'll be able to kill the Thraben Inspector coming up. Okay, so we miss on land as well. I think we probably snap the Thraben Inspector because we have so many cards in hand, and this gets us a hit and a draw. And maybe we can draw land. If we play the Faerie Seer here, we can set up our draw. Bottom, bottom. I would really like to just draw the land and have 2 mana up for like a Spellstutter Sprite. Let's see if we can hit it. And if not, then I'll Preordain to try and find it. Nice. Okay, so let's pass holding up Spellstutter Sprite. Counters at 2. I kind of feel like I just want to counter this. It takes away a clue, and it's guaranteed value out of the card. Okay. We can snap that out of the way. We can only currently play one Spire Golem, but if we draw land, we could play both. Just wondering if I want to set up a scry first. It would mean that we would not be able to deploy both Spire Golems if we drew land, but it would give us more opportunity to draw said land. Bottom, top. Okay, so we have the land for the draw. Attack all. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. So it looks like a 2-turn clock. So that's 4, 5, 6, 2-turn clock in the air. That's nice. Okay, so they're playing the Gear Seeker again. Does block on the ground, but most of our critters are in the air, so despite their ground force here, we're still going to get in for half their life total. Oh, I like both of those. Yes, I will take both. Top, top. We don't really need to snap here. We're not going to be able to get through with the ninja. So, I think we just play Spire Golem and hold up 2 mana. Ichor Wellspring is their first play, so they get to draw a card. Seems pretty mediocre if they're playing a Wellspring here, but who knows what else they have up their sleeve. A tapped land, another companion. All these things are fine. Not afraid of their attack. Wondering if we should just block some of the damage. I don't think it's necessary. We have Counterspell to protect us. Like, this is dealing 9 damage, we go to 11. They don't have Fling. They only have 1 mana up. Yep. Alright, so what are we going to do against Affinity? Bring in Winter's Rest. Bring in Annul. Dispel is going to hit not too many things. What about Hydroblast? Well, normally it would hit several things in an Affinity list, but it didn't look like they had too much red in their list at all. So I think we just bring in like Annul and Winter's Rest. Think we can take out some copies of Snap. Since their cards are kind of free to be putting down, Snap is not really the best way to be answering them. I think the Spellstutter Sprite is going to do better in this list than against some of the other Affinity lists. We're going to leave it in. Okay, it's land heavy. Our opponent is mulliganing. We have a Ponder. If we can find some more Miscreants, we can draw cards with them. We'll keep this. Not ideal, but might be better than a random 6. And I am still pretty new to this list. This is my first time playing it. Where's the Chatterstorm gameplay? Didn't you hear that there was a BNR announcement yesterday? I'm I'm being such a troll. No. There was a BNR announcement yesterday, but it was not for Pauper. I got super excited when I heard that there was one coming up, and I thought for sure we were finally going to get the Chatterstorm ban, but they banned Brainstorm from Historic, I guess. Oh, that's right. It's not even banned. It's suspended. So we just get to wait as the squirrels continue to chatter. So this looks great. We still have a land drop, so we can put the Preordain to hand. I want all these cards. Is it worth preordaining now? Like, I know what the 2 cards on top are. I know I want them both. I'm not going to get another chance to cast Preordain for a minute. I'm just going to be casting, like, Spire Golem next turn. So maybe we just leave Preordain to wait for a point where we're actually looking for cards again, because we know our top 2 cards are good. Back to work. Ah, well, good luck with that. I'm going to get back to Magic. Finished my work day a couple of hours ago. I got one more day of work coming up tonight, and after that I'm on vacation. Looking forward to this. Gonna get myself moved, find a new place, or I already found it, but get into it. Can't wait to get set up and comfortable there. So we could hold up Counterspell, or we could slam a Spire Golem. Kind of like holding up Counterspell. Top. This way we can counter a Thraben Inspector with our Spellstutter Sprite. Okay, so there's the red mana. I don't think we saw any red mana last time. So maybe this is a traditional, more traditional Affinity deck. Okay. So now we can put down our first Spire Golem for 2 mana and hold up 2 mana so we can counterspell their thing. Journey to Nowhere. Kind of wish we had Snap now. Spellstutter's not going to do anything here. How much mana do they have left? They haven't made a land drop yet. 1, 2... They could slam one of their big critters in a moment. I think we just let this go. Okay, they're not playing into our counters at all. Damn. We have Winter's Rest for that one. Hey, Mikag, how you doing? So this is basically a free spell. We'll play... Could have let one go. Yep. I mean, we are going to use the enchantment on their 4/4, but I see what you mean. Yeah, I think we probably should have just let the first Enforcer go, counter the Thoughtcast. We didn't know, like, what else they were going to play for that turn. They've been playing so cautiously, and now, you know, like they play 3 spells in a turn, makes sense. Unfortunately, at this time, we're rather low on resources. Opponent has 4 cards in hand to our 1, and they're actually going up to 5. Oh, what is this? Deadly Dispute. I see. Okay, that's really good for them. They sacrifice an artifact, as in the Wellspring, so they're going to draw 3 cards and create a treasure token. For 2 mana at instant speed. That's super good. Okay, so the white mana is for this Chrome Courier. Well, for all that, they haven't put too much onto the battlefield that we're worried about. Get a Faerie Seer, that's a good one. Means our Spellstutter can counter a Tog now. I don't think we want any more lands, put that to the bottom. The Faerie Seer is not bad, it's not great. I'll put that to the bottom too, I think. Not exactly the fastest of clocks. Oh no, they have another Deadly Dispute? Oh wow. Going into their turn, they have 9 cards in hand. Or sorry, on their main step, they have 9 cards. Let's counter the makeshift munitions. And that leaves us empty-handed, hellbent, while our opponent has 6 cards in hand. Trouble. Not what we wanted to draw. Pretty sure I bottomed you, Island. No. Wow, another Deadly Dispute. Oh, I guess they're playing the 4 of. And why not sacrifice the Sojourner's Companion that has Winter's Rest on it? Basically a dead card on their side, traded in for a treasure and 2 new cards. Opponent has churned through their deck quite quickly. They're at 28 cards left in their library. Well, let's keep chipping in for damage. Swing in for another 5 in the sky is the plan. Oh, that changes things a little bit. Oh, geez. Their clock got so much faster. Is this enough to change our clock? So this is 5, puts them to 7, and then we have 7 to kill them. And their attack, I believe, puts us to 1. Oh, it's tense. What do they got? Is this another deadly dispute? It is. Sacking the chromatic star, so again, they get 3 draws. Another thought cast, giving them 2 more draws. Churning through the deck, they have 17 cards left in their library. Okay, that's not it. What else he got? Okay, if they have Hydroblast in hand, we're dead. If they have Fling, we're dead. Yeah, they didn't need to attack with Raven Inspector there. Might as well hold it back. We could block something so we're not dead to Fling, but then we don't have them on the crackback. We're going to risk it and see if we can get the win on our turn. But they probably have the Fling here, right? Oh, they're just playing another Gear Seeker. They didn't slam it. Maybe they're just waiting because we could have Counterspell up. But you wouldn't want to wait for me to draw an extra card. So they do it now. Suffocating Fumes. Oh, that's so good. Well played, opponent. On our upkeep, we don't have a Counterspell. Well played. "16 cards left in their library. Wild how fast they draw. We might actually want to bring in the Dispels, because that's going to give us a counter to their deadly whatever, deadly dispute. Alright, so opponent's keeping 7, we're keeping 7. Let's take a peek at what's coming up with Faerie Seer. I like the Spellstutter Sprite, I like the Counterspell. So we can counter a 2-drop on this turn coming up. I think these are going to be better for your Deadly Disputes. Let's just slam down a bunch of Faeries. Get a clock started. Oh, I like that Annul too. Alright, so you're going to want to definitely keep up mana. They're heading up into 3 mana, which is going to let them kill all of our Faeries if they have suffocating fumes. Oh, just a cast down, huh? Artifact Land Cycle the Companion, like to see that. Means they're not slamming it into play. But it also means that the rest of their hand is gas. Are they casting this? Ah, damn it. Ah, I got played. Yeah, they were definitely baiting us to try and get the suffocating fumes out, and I played right into it. Oh no. Alright. Okay, that's enough. Alright, so our opponent, Akromes, has a 6-card start, playing with Rust Veil Bridge. So it looks like we have another Affinity opponent. And we find Delver of Secrets, so we're going to slam that down first, and we'll use Faerie Seer to set it up. So hopefully we'll have a 3-2 attacker on turn 3. Oh, well, maybe we could just flip it naturally right now. Why not? I think if they had like a removal spell for the insect, they would have already done it. So I want to increase our clock here. Ooh, I really like these cards too. I want that Spellstutter Sprite for sure. So our opponent did nothing with 2 mana. But the Affinity list really struggles in the early game, and then puts down so many big things in the late game. So for example, if they had like Seed of the Synod, 2 mana here would draw them 2 cards, whatever. Of course, Skyfisher, really? That is not what I expected. That's closer to what I would have expected from the last list we were playing against. Bolt the Burb! Hello there. Welcome, welcome. Kind of want that snap now, but I put it to the bottom. You think if we Preordain, we'll hit land? I think opponent might have stepped away from the keyboard for a moment. Smells like Delver's getting bolted. I mean, they would have just done that on their turn, right? Instead of letting me untap. Oh, I like the Miscreant, actually. Let's just play it and draw a card, but then we don't have access to Counterspell. So we could grab the Miscreant, get a guaranteed draw, or we could try and draw to get the Counterspell. I think we just draw an Unknown. And a miss. Don't think we can really attack into this. But what are our options to even get the Skyfisher out of the way at all? I think we kind of have to just slam into it. We have Snap, and I think that's it for getting critters out of the way. Yeah, I think we have to only attack with Delver. We don't want them chewing up our fairies. Oh, then again, like if they block one of the fairies and then take 4, that seems pretty good. I expect they make the trade. They don't. They just take the damage. Okay. Thought for sure they would take that trade. Well, we're both a little bit stuck for lands here. Ah, there's the Galvanic Blast. They found it. A Radiant Fountain. Okay. No attacks here. Pretty sure. Think we attack with both and turn the one that isn't blocked into a ninja. It's not feeling too good at this point, but we're stuck on lands, and this Skyfisher's in the way. You don't see too many Skyfishers right now in Magic the Gathering. Oh, nice, we get the land. Play the Faerie Seer, which sets up of one mind. Really kind of looking for lands, so I think we go bottom. Guardian of the Guild Pact. Interesting. Okay, so we get to attack in for 1. And once we get back to our main phase, we'll cast this Faerie Seer, set up our draws, and hold up Spellstutter Sprite for 3 or Counterspell. Oh, there's the snap, so we can get rid of that Skyfisher. I don't think that's nearly as important as it was, but still pretty good. We could go Delver Snap, so that the snap flips our Delver. Golden Egg. Lets them redraw. Pretty good with Core Skyfisher. Okay, so this is Boros Monarch is what this is. Haven't seen this deck in a long time. Get these Spire Golems down. They'll be able to block and kill this Guardian. Looks like a true name Nemesis, but it is not. Stupid Core Skyfisher getting in the way. But next turn, snap, you're gone. Thraben Inspector as the bait, huh? Bajuka Bog, that works. Doesn't do too much. Yeah. They know how Spire Golem works. Snap their flyer back to their hand, we can start attacking. Got double Counterspell up, and a big old Air Force. I know, it's so strange, right? Here, let me fix that for you. There you go. So let's attack in with the Spire Golems. We're cool with racing. Oh, they got a thing. Okay, they're going to gain 3 life with Golden Egg. That is fine. Draw a clue, or draw a card with their clue. Back up to 5 cards in hand they are. And they start with Core Skyfisher, which we will Spellstutter Sprite. Do not want this flying blocker here. They're going to cast down our Insect. How much damage do we still have in the air? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, cast down resolves. Glinthawk countered. They lightning bolted my Spellstutter Sprite. We don't have lethal anymore. Well, if we draw a Ninja, we have lethal. Delver of Secrets. Okay. So we'll attack with everything, keeping the Ninja back, play the Delver, put them to 1. This is fine. So they have 2 blockers, we have plenty of attackers. I'm speaking 2 blockers that fly. We do also have 2 ground units. What was our top card? We were going to raw flip too. Alright, so we're playing against Boros Monarch. Not something we see a lot of. Hydroblast is going to have some hits. That might have been before L4, although I think with the Delver flip, I don't know. So Winter's Rest would be able to tap their Skyfishers and such. The problem is they can use Skyfisher to return whatever we target with Winter's Rest. So it's not going to be a clean answer in this matchup. What do I do for Fall from Favor, right? Is Annul good enough? Like, they do have some pretty good artifacts and enchantments. I think like it would get hits, but I'm not sure that it's really where we want to be, right? We're not countering 4/4s. All right, so it looks like we're gonna put down Delver of Secrets first. Although it's pretty close, we could put down Faerie Seer, then try and trade it for a Ninja. In any event, this hand definitely has some play to it. And opponent is keeping 7. Get another ninja. Kind of leaning towards Faerie Seer, do the ninja play, so that we can try and set up some lands. Hopefully they don't have Lightning Bolt here, or Galv Blast. Let's go for Ninja. Could just play Delver Preordain. And then we don't open ourselves to Ninja from the 1 red. Or sorry, Galv Blast. Let's go bottom on those. And we reveal what? Faerie Seer? No, not revealing that. Red Elemental Blast. Yup. Let's play another Delver, see if we can get him to blind flip for us. Bonder's Ornament from the opponent and pass. Okay. What do we get from the Delvers? Hydroblast. Yes. Flip those suckers. Oh, they're going to kill one. Red Elemental Blast, kill that. We could snap it. Okay, let's set up another flip. So they know we have the Hydroblast. Journey to Nowhere. Okay. Nothing we can do about that either. So they're going to be able to take our Delver. But we get to flip here, and we get to put a ninja in play. Alright, opponent's got a really good setup at this point. As long as they aren't casting red cards. Another Bonder's Ornament, you got it. More mana, possible card draw. Core Skyfisher, oh, that is a pain. It does get in our way. Let's see what we got on top. Hydroblast and Spire Golem. We'll go bottom top. Get rid of the Hydroblast. Keep the Spire. I like that Counterspell. Top, top. Keep the Counterspell top. And we got Spellstutter Sprite to counter a 3 and Hydroblast for a white. So let's Spellstutter this. Or Hydroblast for a red. Ah, strike that, reverse it. Got things so backwards. Guardian of the Guild Pack's a good one. That's going to keep the ninja back. For sure. Spare supplies. Yep, you got it. We're going to look to counter the core Skyfisher, not the spare supplies. Okay, they can return the Secluded Step, which allows them to cycle. Nice interaction between their lands there. The Karoo land returning a cycle land. Classic play. And opponent passes back. They haven't had time to draw anything out of their Bonder's Ornaments. We get to play a Spire Golem for a single mana. And that means our next turn is lethal. Instead of giving the opponent 2 untaps, we are threatening them in only 1. Radiant Fountain, I think, does that give them the extra turn? It does. Because we're swinging in for 5. So we're going to need a ninja off the top if we want to swing in for lethal. Pretty cool to see Boros Monarch again. That is a deck that I have played personally quite a bit. Just another island off the top. Let's attack all. Keep the ninja back. Put the opponent to 1. Ooh, they got a thing. Galvblast. All right, let's Hydroblast that. Counter target spell that's red. The question is, do we counter a Skyfisher if they play one. I think we do. It's a blocker and it gets them an extra draw. Or they could even just like get Journey back. So I think we would have to counter that. Drawing with Bonder's Ornament is a really good sign for us. It takes so much mana out of play. 4 mana plus the Bonder's Ornament itself, 5 mana in order to draw a card, so they're not going to have many plays left. We'll counter the Cannonade. We would have been fine if the Cannonade resolved. We still had Spire Golem, but if we counter the Fiery Cannonade, we have so many lethal threats. I kind of figure like maybe their last card in hand is Lightning Bolt, so they can kill the Spire Golem. Countering the Fiery Cannonade there means that the Lightning Bolt doesn't really do anything. What do we got? 1 land hand, but we got Ponder. And we're on the draw. I think I keep this. We can find more lands. We got double Ponder. The question is, do we play out Delver turn 1? Or do we go for the Ponder immediately? Okay, Silver Bluff Bridge. It looks like we're facing another Affinity list. I guess the second one was more of a Metalcraft than Affinity. If we draw land, we're happy. If we reveal spell, we're happy. Just gotta not draw a creature. Oh. Oh my. So they have a Richardin Port. That's going to be difficult to work through. Snow-covered island. No reveal. I'll trade my Delver for your Richardin Port. No? Okay, well how about a ninja then? Oh geez, are we actually gonna... Okay, no. I was like, are we gonna discard a hand size? The ninja hadn't come into play yet. So we want to ponder into a land and leave the top card as something to flip the Delver. Oh, there's a Tog. That'll be a problem in a couple of turns. Sort of a problem right now, blocking the ninja. They can Metalcraft one of our lands tapped. I guess we could snap the Tog, and that untaps our lands. But they could just tap the creature here. They actually tap nothing. Okay. That's nice. Maybe I was supposed to wait until combat. If they let us attack with Ninja, then I snap the Tog? Because they're probably going to tap Ninja. Makes so much sense. I want to keep up Counterspell for their Tog here. Or we could play Delver Ponder. Really get aggressive. All right, double flip set up. Does opponent draw a land? Not yet. Ichor Wellspring into... Is this a Witching Well? No, Thoughtcast. Okay. So they do eventually find their land. And they have Galvblast for the Ninja, but we get to keep our Delvers, which are about to flip. So they'll tap one of them. This thing's great. And we don't have a lot of ways to deal with it. I guess we could bring in Gutshot if we really wanted to deal with it. I think I kind of want to play down, put Spire Golem down, then hold up Counterspell. Give us another attacker. Since they're able to tap something down every turn, this means we have a clocker. We can start attacking for 5 instead of just 3 a turn. Oval 819, thanks for the follow, friend. You and me both. The question is, do we really care about Tog? It's scary, but we could counterspell a fling. Oh, they're putting down a Mirror Enforcer. Here come the bots. Okay. Draw a land, I think. Oh, they're going to Galvblast one of our critters. Let's counterspell that. Want to keep my my critters alive, if possible. Okay, they have the Dispel. So they get to kill one of our critters. So we're only attacking in for 2 damage a turn now because of this thing. Okay. These cards are fine. If we had one more land so these Spire Golems were free, we would have felt like the Affinity player. We can just hit 6 here through the opponent's turn. We have nothing to do. We're tapped out. The opponent shouldn't expect us to be able to do anything, so just pass. That's a lot of scary stuff, opponent. Their hand is empty. And we draw Snap, so we can snap their Tog. Let's Preordain, see what we find. Delver and a Fairy. Don't mind another Delver. Let's go bottom top. So the Spire Golems leave us with 2 lands. And then we could snap the Tog. Okay, so they're going to start by sacrificing the Wellspring so they can get that card draw. Okay, and then it worked. So they tap down the Insect here. We no longer have a good attack. Play these Spire Golems. And a Delver. So their clock is really quick. Takes 2 attacks for their Mirror Enforcers to kill us. We are going to have to chump. We could also try and trade. We could block Ninja plus Spire Golem on one of the 4/4s. We'll lose a Spire Golem, but then we get to attack with Ninja. Oh, we got the Storm Count. Could you imagine if Affinity played Galvanic Relay? On that turn where they put like 3 Mirror Enforcers down, then Galv Relay, draw 4 cards? I don't think it would honestly be good, but it's scary. Oh, right. Yeah, we can't really attack with Ninja. They have Tog. And they have an easy sacrifice with the Wellspring. Oh, they're going to go ahead and tap one of our cards pre-attack. Pre-combat. Oh, that slows things down a little bit. Oh, thanks for the maintenance reminder, Moto. That didn't totally ruin my immersion. That's fine. Snow-covered island. That's a miss. Damn. Really needed you to blind flip there, friend. Well, guess who's going under the bus? 'Cause it's you, Ninja the Deep Hours. Delver gets another chance. I think we're actually dead, unless we draw something pretty special. They're going to be able to tap 2 creatures with this and then attack with Atog, one during our turn, then one during their next turn. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, we're dead. These things are going to be able to tap us down so they can guaranteed get in with the Atog. Well, we have the Spellstutter Sprite, which might be able to make a surprise block. So we're going to do our best to survive a turn. I think they're going to use both of these on their turn so that they can get in with the Atog. Then we'll put down the Spellstutter Sprite to block. And hopefully that'll be enough. They do get quite a few draws as well. The sack the Wellspring, the Chromatic Star, and then they still have 4 mana up, so they can use the Witching Well if they want to draw up to 6 cards. That would mean they wouldn't have any mana for a fling, but maybe they don't need it. Alright, just about anything. Does the opponent have just about anything? Are we going to be able to steal this game? Gotta flip the Delver. If the Delver flips, we have lethal. Or is this the fling? Ah, it's another Tog. Okay, Togs for days. Here we go. Give myself a monkey paw for luck. Let's flip that Delver. Nope. So that's GG. We had to flip. Good game, though. Came right down to the wire. If we'd been able to flip that Delver, we would have been able to take the game. Alright, so we're going to want Winter's Rest, Hydroblast. Hey, Rocket Man. Welcome, welcome. And Annul. Yeah, very close game. That was a good game of Magic. Ooh, Illness. Cool line. Yeah, I think that might have been better. I was also thinking, like, it means that the Atog doesn't get a turn to attack, so it's trying to slow the opponent down a little bit. Yeah, and if it's an instant, you should cast it at instant speed. It's not necessarily the best thing, but most of the time. Alright, let's get into it. So we got a 1-land hand. We got Ponder Preordain to find more lands. The hand isn't that impressive. We don't really attack too quickly. I mean, this isn't great either. But at least we can put out a Delver turn 1. Alright, let's go. Blind flip. Not so lucky. It's going to be islands for days. Come on, Delver, we need you to flip. The creed of Magic players since Innistrad. Come on, Delver, flip. How many flipped tables is Delver responsible for? I'm going to counter that. That's a great hit for the Spellstutter Sprite. Snag a Witching Well? That's super good. Oh no! Another land! We are so flooded. Alright, pass back. I guess we could snap the Spellstutter Sprite if we want to counter a 1-drop. If they played another Witching Well. Or if they tried to Hydroblast our Delver of Secrets. Are you finding many Storm decks at the moment? Not today. The Tappers were so good. It's not a card you see very often because it's very easy for a player to deal with it. There's so many removal spells that hit it. But we don't have very many removal spells, so it was very good against us. Finally, flip the Delver. And they Hydroblast it. Finally flipped right back to our hand. That was wrong. I even thought, oh man, I'm so embarrassed. I was even talking about the proper play just a minute ago. Fuck. Snap the Spellstutter Sprite. What it? Oh man. Sorry, everybody. I will endeavor to do better. Ugh. Alright. Move past it. Get back into the zone. Let's do this properly. Exactly, Rocket Man. We all make mistakes. So instead of bemoaning my bad play, let's move on and work with what we have. Alright, come on, Delver. No, it was just the one-time flip, huh? Bottom top. Hydroblast is pretty good. Gets rid of the Tog. Let's attack for 2 and pass. Alright, so we can counter a 2-drop with our Spellstutter Sprite. Opponent has a lot of cards in hand. They're going to be able to start deploying them all very fast. They've got a lot of artifacts now, so they're going to be able to start slamming those 4/4s. We could counter this Witching Well. How many 4/4s will they play? Just one? Just one! Oh, you again. No, 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 not this time. Haha. Okay, you got me. They only got one card left in hand, though. They deployed everything, but I think it's going to be enough. Their Vildilkin Cetriarch here is going to be able to tap our Delver every turn, and they're just going to be able to swing in for 4, for 4, for 4, for 4. Should have definitely waited on that Hydroblast. We might have been able to get them on the Tog there. They might have gone for lethal. I doubt they would have. They're in such a strong position, but it was definitely something we could have been a little bit more patient on. Definitely feeling the tilt. Let's just move on to the next one. We're not getting through this. We'll keep this. It would have been a little bit better if we had a 1-drop Fairy, so we could throw down that Ninja immediately, but we got a turn 1 Ponder, which is pretty cool. Alright, alright, alright. No lands. Of One Mind could be good, because we have the Ninja, but we already have an Of One Mind. And it'll be a while before we can get that to go off. Spire Golem would be a while before we can get to do anything. I think we just want to, like, shuffle this. Delver, right on time. Another artifact land. I think this one's going to be the Wildfire deck. So play the Delver, play the Preordain. Get that Delver ready to flip. Oh, there's no flip here. I'm not sure I want either of those cards. Bottom, bottom. Alright, we're going to have to flip it blind. Wildfire? Yes, indeed. So they're going to draw a card, put a land into play. top card is Snap, we will reveal. So we could throw down Spire Golem, or we could hold up Spellstutter Sprite for 1. I don't know the opponent's deck too well, which is a bit of a problem. Kind of leaning towards slamming the Spire Golem, getting some clock on the table. We don't exactly have great defense. We got defense against exactly 1 Lightning Bolt if we decide to hold up Sprite. If only we could get this of 1 Mind off, but we need the Sprite in play to do that. Yeah, I'll turn on the draw spell for next turn. Don't mind ninjaing a Spire Golem if we can get some more lands in play. It's definitely the better play to set up our turn 4. It does mean we're vulnerable this turn, but we didn't exactly have a lot that we were able to do regardless. We could not have countered this. So that gets them the untapped land. And we could not have countered this either. Wow! They are going off. Okay, this sets up our Counterspell, which is nice. I'm going to start with Of One Mind. Go ahead and draw 2 cards for 1 mana. Thank you. Thank you. And then I think we'll play Faerie Seer and hold up either Counterspell or Spellstutter Sprite. Or maybe even a Snap. Do I want another land? I think we're pretty good for lands. Thinking bottom. Now the opponent is set up for lands. They just needed that 1 bridge. Packmate. Leaving up 2 lands. This doesn't block any of our creatures. I think we let this happen. Because we're still attacking for 6 in the air here. So, like, Packmate's not a problem, it's a Lightning Bolt that's a problem. Spellstutter Sprite. Pro plays. Okay, so we got Counterspell backup. We could ninja the Spellstutter Sprite. We got Spire Golem. Oh, where's that extra land now? Spire Golem would cost 1 mana if we had 5 lands. Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? There's the land. Why not Spire Golem? Surprise, it's another land. Brainstorm resolves. Really worried about specific cards here. They got a ton of land, a ton of mana left. So Spellstutter Sprite, the Brainstorm seems like a bad play to me. Let's wait and counter something that stops me from winning the game. Okay, let's see what they cascade into. Boarding Party. Okay. So Boarding Party is going to cascade as well. This is pretty good for them. But I think we still win. We just counter the Altasaur, I think. Let's see what Boarding Party cascades into. Muldrifter. Oh my god. Okay, so we counter the Muldrifter. They block the Insect, and we still have 5 damage. And we can even snap the Altasaur, so we're totally fine. We just get rid of this Muldrifter. So they don't draw cards, they don't get that flying blocker. Cool. Yeah, you saw that coming, Rocket Man. Hydroblast is probably pretty good. Be able to counter their wildfires, be able to counter or kill their boarding parties. Kind of on the fence about Winter's Rest. Don't think we really want Dispel. So I think I'll just bring in the Hydroblasts here. No kidding. I've seen a better Cascade, but that's because it started with the 7/7 artifact. Maelstrom Wanderer, I think it's called. Maelstrom Wanderer into Noid Altasaur, into Boarding Party, into Muldrifter. Pretty hard to find a better Cascade than that. Sure. Because we have the turn 1 Hydroblast, to be able to immediately stop their first wildfire and then counterspell for their second one, I'm going to keep this. Stops them from ramping. Okay, our opponent is mulliganing. Down to 6 heart cards currently. They're probably just making their decision on what card to keep at this point. Hello there, Puffy Nick. Thanks for joining us today. Ooh, Micton is really thinking about this mulligan decision here. Either that or they walked away from the keyboard for a moment. Oh, thanks for saying that, Mr. Duct Tape. It's not exactly the easiest. Definitely took a little bit of work. But yeah, it definitely feels a lot better. Just like in general, you know, like I don't feel as down after losing games because I can maybe find something in that match to learn from. And in paper, my opponents appreciate it too, you know? I've played a lot. Thank you, Modo, for letting me know about whatever the heck this is. Be taken offline for weekly maintenance in 4 hours. Okay, thanks. Oh, bye-bye immersion. Where was I? Right, I've played too many games against people that aren't as try-hard as I am, and, you know, I'm really getting into it and trying to win, and they're like, what are you doing? We're just playing a game. We're just trying to have fun. But winning is fun. I don't understand. Really kind of got to figure out, like, which type of player you're sitting across from, too. That can make a big difference. I found that if I kind of chill out a little bit when I'm playing against some people, it's just a more enjoyable time. Oh, well, another Hydroblast. I guess we could do that again. Countering these spells is actually pretty decent. Not only is it preventing their ramp, but they're also supposed to draw a card from that spell. Do you have another one? I will counter another one. No, this is a foretell card. So we could put the Spellstutter Sprite into play so we could get the Ninja onto play on our turn. And a Delver of Secrets. Oh, if there's anything that makes me want to take down this Hydroblast, it is Delver of Secrets. Alright, opponent, now's your chance. Turn 4, I'm tapped out. What do you got? Cleansing Wildfire, good start. Show me what you got. Oh, it just goes for another mountain. Interesting. I mean, I suppose they're already pretty well set up for all their different colors. Oh, and they have the Galvblast to get rid of the Ninja. Unfortunate. Alright, let's go Blind Flip. Preordain, yes! Ah, thank you, Puffy Nick. Chat is so kind today. Alright, so we can play Faerie Seer of one mind and hopefully draw a land so we can hold up Spellstutter Sprite or Hydroblast or Counterspell. So let's try and set a land up for the top. Okay, bottom both of these. Of one mind. No land. Damn it. So we could Preordain, try and find the land. And then at least we get to hold up Hydroblast. No, we just miss. Wow. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. That was what? 5 cards deep, no lands? Okay. I mean, we're not playing a ton of lands in this deck. We're only playing 18. Although I do hate that I took the guard down this turn. We have so much counter magic in hand. I got greedy. Maybe I was just supposed to get in with the insect, play the seer, and just pass the turn. But I figured for sure, you know, like, of one mind, Preordain, Faerie Seer. How many cards did we actually see? That was more than 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. 7 deep, no lands. Yeah, you're right, Rocket Man. It was greedy. Yep, we got the count. Took me a second there, Duct Tape, but eventually we came to the same number. Interesting. Cycle the Ash Barrens with a Packmate on the stack, or the Packmate trigger. Curious. So they're getting up to their big stuff now. Still no land. We don't have a lot of draws here. We could use the ninja for a draw, but then we take down our counter magic. If we just don't use our mana, we have double counterspell. I think we'll just attack in for 4 and pass. Opponent only has 3 cards in hand, going up to 4. So hopefully we can counter some important cards here. The problem is their big cards are Cascaders. So they're worth 2 cards. Oh, here comes one of them. Looks like Altasaur. What does it cascade into? Into a Packmate. Okay, Packmate's fine. Counter the Altasaur. Could play the Fairy to scry for land with counter up. That's true too. Oh, no, this is a different Fairy. This one doesn't scry. Yeah, it scry. It draws if we have another one. There they are. Faerie Miscreant doesn't really change the clock, does it? That would be 4, 5, 6. I mean, it does if we play Spellstutter Sprite. We are weak to Boarding Party. We're weak to Cannonade. Okay, so here's Boarding Party. A book. Welcome, welcome. Reveals Brainstorm. Let them cast that. That's fine. Actually, do we Spellstutter the Brainstorm? I don't think so, right? We just try and set up lethal here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Day starts with the letter T and you're here. Awesome. Glad to hear it. It's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, potentially 16 with a Galv Blast, which we survive. take it. Ooh, something to Spellstutter. You're so generous, opponent. Giving me a spell to counter? Thank you. I thought I was going to get no value out of the Sprite. Uh-oh. Ah, punished. I got baited. Opponent is so smart. Oh, now we got to keep blockers back too? That changed everything. We really needed that Delver. So we have the Spire Golem to block one of the wolves. We have the Hydroblast to kill the boarding party. So that's 2 mana. So we have 3 left, and we have Counterspell, so we can't really Ninja. Alright, so we just gotta try and survive here. Get rid of this. Visionary, sure, that doesn't do much, just draws them a card. Gambit. Yeah, we let that happen too. They're low on mana, they have 4 mana left, and 2 cards in hand. Another Visionary, that's fine. Okay, we're good. We should have this locked up. Make sure we block. Sweet. If only I could remember what Sorceress Queen plays. This hand is not great, honestly. Although if we can get the Spellstutter Sprite to hit something, it could be pretty good. Forest into Glistener Elf. We're playing against Infect. Oh, wow. Okay, that's scary. Do we hold up Spellstutter Sprite or do we play Miscreant? I mean, Miscreant's just a block. Is it possible? Yeah, we can actually die here. So I think we need to block unless they cast something. Rancor, yup. Giant Growth. Classic Magic card. Bam, we take 5 poison. Oh, the snap is really good. Yep. Do they have vines? They don't. Nice. Are you going to replay your Glistener Elf into my Spellstutter Sprite? You are. I like that land draw there. Means we can attack in with Spellstutter Sprite and replace it with a ninja and hold up the Sprite. Did you touch on the sideboard, or is it a net deck? It is a net deck. I figured I didn't know enough about the Mono Blues Faeries list to feel comfortable about changing anything. Ichor Mirror, we cannot counter here. Play Faerie Seer, scry again. We get Of One Mind. Oh, this is kind of good. The Spire Golem, I mean. It only costs a single mana to put into play. Decent blocker. Alright, let's pass here. We got Spellstutter Sprite for 2 up. They probably sacrifice the Augur. Yep. Gives it +3/+3 in trample. They have 6 cards in hand? Damn. So this thing goes up to a 6 when we block it. Ugh. We're dead. We double block here. I think we were still dead. Good one, opponent. Alright, so what are we going to do here? We got Dispel. We got Gut Shot. We got Winter's Rest. We could even bring in Echoing Truth, honestly. Get rid of the ninjas. If we get rid of the Delvers, we might as well get rid of Unone Mind instead. Kind of like the Of One Mind, though, to be able to get a bit of card advantage. But without the ninjas in the deck, it's going to be difficult to activate. Then again, I probably want some number of ninjas, just so that we can, you know, if we get a couple of turns where we can swing with a ninja, then having no creature in play, we probably win that game. One land hand. We do have the Winter's Rest, and we have Preordain to try and find it. Looks like our opponent has lost connection here. They'll probably be back in a minute. You know how it is, Moto quality program. I don't know if we can keep this. I think we want to look for a better one. This is way better. Just get rid of a land. We have Gutshot, we have Snap. Delver to finish the game. So we just got to wait for Sorceress Queen to return to the match. So, oh, Sorcerer's Queen looks like they're back. Begins the game with 7 cards. Rocket Man, you're not a big fan of the 3 Annuls. That's fair. I mean, Affinity is a huge part of the metagame, though. It's ridiculous. Kind of hoping that they're just going to F6 here. And then we can Gutshot the Glistener Elf. Oh, you jerk. That's what I was doing. Of course, we get the Dispel now. Can't save the Delver. It's too late. Ichor Mirror. Yep, we got a Snap for you. It's only going to work once, though. Bottom, bottom. Alright, what do we get here? Spellstutter Sprite and Counterspell. Those are pretty good. I'll top those. Would have been pretty nice to have the Snap available there. No blocks. Ichor Mirror is not a good thing to block. Alright, opponent is making Infect look good. Oh no, Blight Mamba. That thing has Regenerate. And we are out of counterspells and they're just slamming these creatures down. Unfortunate for us. We're just getting a bunch of counter magic here. This is not looking good. I think that probably going to lose this one. I guess we could like snap the mirror and then try and spell stutter the Rancor. We're going to be taking damage anyway. Alright, let's try a snap. They have Vines of Vastwood. We'll dispel that. Oh, Apostle's Blessing. Yup. That will protect it from the snap. We should have done all this pre-blocks. Because now we could block the Blight Mamba. Yeah, and now we're dead. At least that was a fast one. Oh, what am I doing? I was like, oh, we're dead, so it doesn't really matter what we do. I could have countered that. I mean, we're still dead regardless. GG's. All right, so we managed to get a 2-3 with blue fairies. Had some interesting games. They were like, besides that first one, 2-0, 0-2, 2-0, 0-2, they were kind of one-sided, at least from what the scorecard looks like. But having, or rather lacking the removal that Dimir and Izzet give you definitely felt pretty painful. Not being able to remove those problem creatures, just, you know, like hitting them with Snap, and then they just come right back down next turn, and we still have to try and deal with them. Felt like I was definitely behind on cards most of the time. But definitely a fun deck. Infect is sweet. Yeah, like I kind of feel like I want to play Infect now.